Hey, what's up, my fellow YouTubers? I'm TwystidJ, and I'm going to tell you guys the story of how Horrorcore actually started and how it has been revolutionized to the new scene of today. Which, if you guys don't know, this is kind of an aftermath of the gathering of the Juggalos story, so here you guys go. And I'm also going to list off the story that started the horrorcore genre, which a lot of us are very, very familiar with from reading Violent J's book, Behind the Paint. And, well, it all kind of started way back in, I want to say, the late 80s, early 90s, when Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, aka Joe Bruce and Joey Utzler, were coming along, and they decided that they wanted to try something a little different from what they were doing, living the urban gang type life, singing about what it was like growing up in Southwest Detroit, an inner city posse, to changing the name to the Insane Clown Posse. Basically how they love the horror movie genre and how they wanted to tell a story and even kind of do it in a cheesy way, with adding the horror movie genre style of rap that they do. But they actually wanted to change from the urban gangsters that they saw way back when and watched so many people die from living that life. And basically they said, we've got to change something here. And what they did was they changed direction in a way that nobody would have even expected. And they basically said they were going in a direction that, we don't care what you think, we're going to do what we're going to do. And we're going to do it for ourselves and nobody else, except for the people that want to listen to what we sing about and rap about, and which, honestly, it was kind of their way of saying fuck you to the industry, which we could all kind of take a page from them and say, you know what? The industry is always going to hold us back. They're going to tell us what we can and can't do. And, honestly, I think that's what drew me to them as much as anything, was the fact that, you know what, we're going to do things our way, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And they catered to people with a lot more issues than normal people. That were like, oh, this music's so offensive, yet it's the kind of music that really is kind of offensive towards other people, kind of the way that heavy metal and hard rock were kind of the scapegoat of, and what we are today is a scapegoat of the heavy metal scene from the 1980s to now, to where we're at now, being labeled as a gang due to actions behind guys like Psycho Sam McCloskey being mentally ill and not knowing how to control his issues. And yet, you kind of have to have a thick skin to be that type of person. And, a lot of these kids today give us a really, really bad name. And leave a bad taste in the mouth of juggalos and basically say, oh, we don't care about what family, we're just out to be different. And, you know, honestly, there was a scene back in the late 90s that I grew up in. You know, it was cool. It was kind of cool to be a goth kid. It really was kind of cool to be a goth kid. But yet, it was different. And, you know, people were always out there looking for something to set them apart. Yet, you know, honestly, and I think the horrorcore genre actually really did revolutionize that, because, you know, you didn't need to be cool, but it didn't hurt to be cool. So, with that being said, you know, honestly, I grew up in the era, and I love people around me the way that ICP says they love everybody that embraces the genre. And, you know, honestly, and the way that things are going now, with us being labeled as a gang, and how these kids of today have no respect for the elders of the horrorcore genre, because, you know, honestly, they want to wear what's out there, and they want to say, oh, we got the latest and the coolest of today's stuff, and we're better than you. And, you know, honestly, nobody's better than anybody. And I think that's the one thing that really kind of pisses me off about today's kids. So, with that being said, I'm actually going to lean in, and I'm actually going to tell you guys about the music that's out there today, ranging from the likes of Prozac and Tech 9, who are kind of the revolution. Prozac's kind of the outside guy looking in. Tech 9's kind of the new face of strange music and that genre. ICP is still kind of the face of horrorcore, yet for the psychopathic end, and yet you still got the SKR label, aka Serial Killing Records, with the likes of Satanic, Rozakel, Stitchmouth, Texas Microphone Massacre, Tapeworm, Liquid Assassins, Magic Deuce, Reverend Fangori, who's going to be a guy that's coming up, to the likes of guys like Boondocks, who have been around the block for a while, but yet they're kind of the country style of what the horrorcore genre is. To the likes of God, who else can I say? That really is kind of a game changer nowadays in the horrorcore genre. To KMK, who's really one of the few that is going to do things the way that they're going to do it with this. But yet, they're more of the stoner version of the pot smoking people of the genre, and who have been doing it for years and years and years. And I think that is the one thing that I can actually say, and I respect this industry so much more. And even to the likes of the gals of Razakel, Miss Kisa, and Sugar Slam, Michelle Rapp, aka Violent J's wife, definitely there's more room for breathing with women in the industry now, and the way that things are going with it, within the next 10, 15, 20 years, this genre is going to probably take over. And I think this is why I love these fans and how they're going to keep this thing going for years and years and years, and are going to be passed on to the likes of Juggalos and Juggalettes, future sons and daughters and everything. And, you know, honestly, I love where it's going in some ways. In some ways, I don't. With the likes of how violent some of these cats are. And I truly, truly think that this is going to be something to watch out for. But I'm TwystidJ, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out, and I want you guys to comment, rate, and subscribe to this, and check out my friends' videos from at Batgirl Jamie and Juggalette Viper, and check out the Juggalettes R Us show too. So thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.